early voting is taking off. Residents are enjoying this new convenient way to vote. The town clerk fills us in on the numbers. Find out how many people have already taken part.
Plus, Century Fitness is holding a week-long fundraiser to support veterans. Learn how to get involved and take part in a great cause.
And later we look at the local churches here in town. 2 popular programs are back. We have all the details just ahead.
Also coming up, library learning. We take a look at the cookbook club, writing workshops, and more.
Those stories and much more ahead on ELCAT News Update. Thanks for tuning in to ELCAT News Update. I'm Rebecca Green.
And I'm Jake Brady. We begin the show with a follow-up on the early voting. As of October 24th, residents are able to cast their ballots before Election Day. Massachusetts adopted the early voting law in 2014, and now voters are taking advantage of this convenient program. Early voting allows residents to cast their ballot on their time. We talked statistics with Town Clerk Tom Florence to learn about the turnout thus far.
So far, after 4.5 days, we've had over 1,400 people come in, which is more, I can honestly say, than I expected, which is great, because the whole goal is to get as many people out to vote as possible. And we've had nearly 13% of all registered voters already come out, which is fantastic.
The last day for early voting is November 4th. Election Day is Tuesday, November 8th at Birchland Park Middle School from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Switching to town meetings, we take a look at the latest town council. We start with the town manager's report, who provides a hiring update on open positions in town.
Assistant Town Clerk, we had a great turnout for candidates for the Assistant Town Clerk, and a very strong candidate has come to the top. The Clerk of the Council, the former Assistant Town Clerk, and I are all in agreement with the Council's approval to move forward. We can make an offer tomorrow to the person and get them on board as soon as possible. It'll probably be before the end of November that they'll start. Library Director, the first interviews are some of them are this weekend, and that's the first round. They will cull the group down to, I think, between 3 and 5, and the second interview should follow shortly, and maybe we'll get that one off our books. One that is not coming off the books is the Building Commissioner. After much discussion, the planner, Councilman Kane, and I have agreed to recommend that the town should not hire a building commissioner that is not fully certified. The concern is that if the candidate is chosen with the condition that he or she needs to become certified and then does not follow through, we're back to square one.
One of the candidates was a building commissioner and then backed out at the last minute. And the guy that's left, for lack of a better term, the second candidate is not fully certified.
I think we're all on the same page. We all want it filled,
right.
But if we post it tomorrow and no new candidates come forward,
what are we doing?
So maybe I would like to. I know you're not prepared to talk about.
I can give you a very high level what I'm thinking. As a temporary, let's get somebody in there. We have a staff and admin person that has no supervisor at this point and is filling in as best she can, but she's out there. She's an island by herself. To get somebody at least part-time that is not just coming in 3 hours at the end of the day, to just pick up whatever appointments there are for that day, but somebody that's consistently there 20 hours a week or whatever we can figure out that's going to work to address the short term. And maybe somebody else that just does straight zoning matters so that we get those off the books, because there are people that are screaming about that. So that's the avenue I'd like to at least try while we revamp the ad, make sure that it's appropriate and advertised in the right places.
Next, President Kevin Manley opens a public hearing on tax classification.
The purpose of the hearing will be to determine the percentages of tax levy to be borne by each class of real and personal property for fiscal year 2017. Will be held for the purpose of providing an open forum for the discussion of local property tax policy.
Okay, hopefully you received this packet in the past week. Just some general notes. I don't know if you guys saw it, but we'll talk about our values a little bit first. Our values did go up. Residential went up about 2%, and commercial and industrial about the same. And the condominiums, we have 2 projects in town, they went up double digits, 10, 12, 14%. So this table, because our values rose, shows a lower tax rate.
This evening, the town council is going to be required to vote if we are going to have a factor of 1, which is a single tax rate, or a split tax rate. If we take our residential values, which are 82% of our town, and 18% of our commercial, industrial, and personal property, you will see that we would have an even tax rate by not changing the factor to be $20.77. So you have the ability to shift the burden of tax or allocate to different classes. If you should decide to shift the tax rate 5% more to commercial, industrial, personal property, 10, 20, 30, you will see how the tax rate will increase greatly.
My name's Ralph Page. I'm a small business owner in East Long Meadow. I'm also past president of the East Long Meadow Small Business Association. I would urge the council to keep a rate of 1. This would benefit the business in town, the small businesses, as well as residential. It's been working. It works very well. It's a small benefit as a way to try and encourage more businesses to move to town. So I would definitely encourage you to keep a tax rate of 1. Thank you.
I would move that the town of East Long Meadow adopt for the fiscal year 2017 budget or tax rate, a factor of 1, a single tax rate with no residential or small commercial exemptions.
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, that was that.
Lastly, Menard announces that the fire department will begin responding to medical emergencies. This will help assist our current ambulance service provider. Fire Chief Paul Morissette was in attendance to answer any questions from the council.
So is this going to be all medical calls that you'll respond to?
No, if you look at the list, it's more the serious calls in nature. And some of the calls are going to be when AMR, our main provider, is either responding from outside the community, which happens more and more now, or when their backup is responding from outside the community. Naturally, I mean, everybody thinks the fire department's always been involved in medical, so we tend to get a lot of the phone calls along with the police department. And the number of phone calls has been going up. Some of the research I've been doing shows that just with our added presence there, and this is going to help alleviate some of the workload on the police department. And Jeff and I have been in constant contact. I wouldn't be doing this without his blessing. Well, basically, the police department's still going to respond. We're going to respond. We get there and they're not needed, they can go back in service. If we're both there and it's a major incident, your typical cardiac call, and Councilor Madison can tell you, is more than a 1 or 2 paramedic incident. You know, a lot of times our guys have been at serious calls and actually had to drive the ambulance for AMR because they've only had 2 paramedics on scene at the time. So it's just to provide that extra set of hands, lift assist type of deals. We're looking to do it when we're on duty. So the guys, most of the guys are itching. They want to help. We hear the calls. We hear Long Meadow responding to Quarry Hill for difficulty breathing or chest pains right across the street, and we're not dispatched. It's a little frustrating on our part. So we want to try and do our best. Provide one more service. We're in the building. We're there. And again, we have a great working relationship with the police department, and we want to make sure that we provide what we can for the town.
As we approach Veterans Day, Century Fitness is hosting a week-long fundraiser to provide veterans with the support and assistance they deserve with service dogs. Community members are asked to join Raise the Woof for Warriors. All proceeds will go toward the non-profit organization Train a Dog, Save a Warrior. The organization is committed to matching service dogs with veterans who have suffered disabling injuries. The fundraiser will include a meet and greet with dog trainer Sherry King, military-themed workouts, fitness and obstacle course challenges, a protein shake-a-thon, a silent auction, and more. You do not have to be a member of Century Fitness to join. Help our veterans on November 7th through November 12th at Century Fitness on 491 North Main Street. T-shirts are also available to purchase before the event. For more information, visit centuryfit.com.
As you switch your calendar to a new month, we help you fill in the days with fun community events. First, we take a look at what local churches in town have to offer. The United Methodist Church on Summers Road is hosting their annual Crafty Apple Fair. The fair will include over 30 crafters, a bake sale, and food. Get your holiday shopping done early and come see what the buzz is all about on Saturday, November 12th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the United Methodist Church on Summers Road. Next, St. Michael's Parish is preparing Thanksgiving baskets for those families in need. If you'd like to contribute any items, the parish will be collecting certain items on different weeks. The schedule is located on their website at stmichaelsel.org. If you know of anyone in need of a Thanksgiving basket, let the church know. Get in the giving spirit and take part.
Moving ahead to a more active program, Balance With Us Yoga Studio is offering free yoga classes for the community. Every Friday, join in on an hour-long session of Vinyasa Yoga. Vinyasa Yoga is a more meditative approach with a much deeper physical focus. Stretch into a healthier way of life on Friday at 5:30 p.m. on 145 Shaker Road. For more information, visit balancewithus.com. This next town event has been in the works for months. The 6th annual Lions Club Craft Fair is finally here. The organizers are calling it a shopper's paradise. Come see the crafters and their unique products. There will also be food, a bake sale, and a raffle. Proceeds from the raffle will benefit eyeglasses for local children and adults along with Mass Lions Eye Research Fund. The fair takes place on Saturday, November 5th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the East Long Meadow Pleasant View Senior Center on North Main Street.
Now it's time for our weekly segment, Library Learning, where we let you know everything that's happening at the East Long Meadow Public Library. First, we go back in time to 1917 with Professor Dan Leclerc, who will present the Yankee Division in the Great War. The hour-long presentation will trace the battlefield experience. The program takes place on Wednesday, November 9th at 6:30 p.m. Register online, in person, or call 413-525-5400, extension 1511. Next, get ready for a sweet time with the library's Cookbook Club. This session will be based on the Gourmet Cookie Book. It's easy to get involved. First, register online at eastlongmeadowlibrary.org. Pick up a copy of the cookbook at the circulation desk. Notify the library of your recipe choice. Then bring in your dish for everyone to try. Go enjoy a delicious treat on Saturday, November 12th at 1 p.m. Registration is required. Lastly, the library's Writers Group is back. This monthly program is a community favorite for those who like to stretch their creative mind in a supportive atmosphere. Writers of all levels are welcome to write with group leader Emily Savin, who uses an explorative approach to writing that encourages those to think outside the box. The workshop takes place on Saturday, November 12th at 10:30 a.m. in the library conference room.
Well, that will do it for this edition of ELCAT News Update. Be sure to watch meetings on demand at our ELCAT YouTube channel, ELCAT 01028. Also, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. All social media links are attached to our website at eastlongmeadowma.gov. And don't forget to watch us on cable channels 191, 192, and 193.
For cable channel times, make sure to check out our ELCAT program guide, available at the Town Hall, Library, and Senior Center. Also check your mail as the programs will be delivered monthly within the reminder.
Until next time, I'm Jake Brady.
And I'm Rebecca Green. Thanks for watching. See you next week.